In this video, we're going to talk about generating leads for your new online business. Whether you're just getting ready to start a business or whether you have a business very early on in the process and you're just looking at ways to get started, we're going to talk about how to generate traffic or get leads, new potential customers to come to your business. So if you need to know about that, we're going to start talking about it straight ahead. Okay, so we're going to divide the different types of leads that you can get, or the different strategies for getting them, into free strategies and paid strategies. Now, free strategies, as we'll talk about later, may be a little bit misleading, but that's how we tend to classify them. Free strategies could be advertising on social media, or using social media to generate leads like Facebook and YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. There are strategies for all of those, and I've only mentioned a few. Blogging is another good way, relatively free way to get leads coming to your online business. And we have another category, and we sort of use this in all of them, and that's called SEO, or search engine optimization. Okay, then we have the more standard paid advertising or paid strategies. This is where you could run ads on Google Ads, used to be called AdWords. You could run Facebook ads. You can run solo ads. There are a whole bunch more, but those are a few of the common examples. Now, there are also some much more complex ways, like using influencers in different areas to work with and so on. There's lots of different ways to generate traffic. We're not going to get into all of those. We're going to keep it simple with these few that we're talking about here. And I'm specifically going to talk about ones as we introduce these today in this video that I have used in the past or am using right now. So let's do a little looking at the pros and cons of paid and free ads. So I'll put up this little graphic here to make it easy to explain. When you're paying for leads, the pros, the good things about paying for leads is that they're coming in quickly. You put up an ad and very shortly you start to get some leads from that ad, assuming it's a good ad and it's going to generate some leads. You don't wait a long time for those. And it's also fairly quick to set up. Not a long process. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to set up the account in the first place. You have to know all the details. But once you have that set up, it's fairly quick and easy to get your ads set up. Now, the problems with paid advertising, the costs can be fairly high, especially as you're learning how to do these ads. Let's say you do an ad in the first place and your copy isn't very good. It doesn't work very well. You still have to pay for it just because it doesn't work. So that makes the cost seem even higher. And the leads that you bring in, one of the important things in online businesses in this day and age, very early in the history of the internet, this wasn't near as big a problem. But now you need your potential customers to know, like, and trust you before you're going to get a significant number of sales. All right, now let's look at the free ads, or so-called free ads. There's no cost to setting these things up. Now, there may be some equipment, maybe some things that you need that will to make it work that cost a little bit, but the so-called ads themselves, or the strategy for generating them, doesn't cost anything. And these are generally great leads that you get, as far as they already, to some extent, know, like you, and trust you. They've seen you in a video, or they've read what you write in your blog. All right, and the cons for the free leads that you're generating. It could be months till you see these leads. The examples we're going to use YouTube and blogging, it takes a while to get enough videos up so that you're showing up on the YouTube search engine. Same thing for blogging. To show up on Google or the other search engines, it takes time to do that. There are strategies for making that happen more quickly, obviously, but it's not generally an instant thing. And there's a fairly steep learning curve on these. Writing things that people want to read, doing videos that people want to see, there's a little bit of a learning curve. Maybe a little steeper than just writing good ad copy that will get people to come. But because the people know, like, and trust you a little more already, there may still be some advantage. All right, so let's move on. For all lead generation methods and strategies, you need a funnel builder. And we talked about that a little bit in the know, like, and trust. Now, getting a funnel and getting it set up is not the topic of this video. And of course, we don't have time to cover it here, but to get information on how to build funnels using the leader in this space, and the one I recommend for ease of use and functionality, click on the first link below this video, and it will take you to a page that looks like this. There you will find a 4-day training that teaches all the details about using ClickFunnels for building a successful online business with a full-time income. The training was done by Franklin Hatchett, who you see here. He has built successful online businesses in many niches and created a YouTube channel with over 135,000 subscribers. His course covers a lot in 4 days, with many valuable bonuses added when you sign up, and the best news of all, it's entirely free. I've never seen so much great information given away totally for free. He really could charge thousands for this. And not only is it free, but he doesn't try to sell you an expensive course at the end or any time during the free training. He has modules with step-by-step instructions on building your automated marketing system and how to get traffic into that system. Some of it for free traffic, like his module on how he started his YouTube channel, grew it, and monetized it. He also does modules on the strategies we're covering here and more, like Facebook advertising, Google search optimization, solo ads, and that's just the beginning. So again, click the first link under the video and put in your name and email address for this completely free training. You really don't have anything to lose at all. Now this is the first video you will get access to, and then you will receive the rest over the next week, including a long list of in-depth, step-by-step training. Get started with ClickFunnels if you haven't already, and I think you'll find your business a whole lot more profitable. All right, now the reason I put that in there, as far as funnels go, for some of you who have seen some of my videos, you may have seen this drawing before. Nothing fancy. I apologize for my lack of artistic ability, but we're talking about getting leads to your business or traffic. And what generally was done in the past, and still a lot of beginners do to this day, is send their leads or their traffic straight to their offer over here. What we're talking about as far as a funnel goes is these pages here in the middle. And this LP stands for a landing page. This is specifically an opt-in page. And what you do on this page is trade some sort of value content, an article, how-to video or something for their email address, which then goes to your autoresponder. And over the next few days, they are sent a series of emails, maybe even much more than 6, but this is just to show it getting started. And these emails may lead them to value content, videos, how to, a 4-day course, Could be a lot of different things, a series of articles that teach them how to do something, value that helps them to know, like, and trust you, and makes it more likely that they're going to go to your offer and purchase the offer, not just look at it and say, nah, I don't need that. All right, so this is the funnel system here. You add that to an autoresponder, and you're much more likely, you can increase your amount of sales, your success percentage of sales from the way less than 1% to 5 and 10%. I've even heard of people getting close to 20%, which puts your business now in a place where it can be profitable. Less than 1%, very hard to make that profitable. All right, so let's start talking about our different forms of strategies for getting leads. First, we're going to talk about YouTube marketing. YouTube, doing videos is probably the absolute best as far as getting people to know, like, and trust you. At least if you put your face on the video, or even if you just narrate something and do screen capture. People feel like they get to know you when they can hear you, and especially when they can see you. I encourage you to do something. I know a lot of people are afraid to be seen, but you can get used to it. I didn't like the idea in the first place either. It's getting more comfortable every day, the more and more I do this. And the other thing that videos do for you, besides helping your potential customers to know, like, and trust you, it can also be a long-term asset. You can send, for years to come, people to your videos that you can keep around on your YouTube channel, and they'll probably still be showing up and getting views in the search engine, so that it can work for you while you're away on vacation or while you're asleep at night. What are some of the other things that you might need to do this? Well, you need a camera. Obviously, if you're going to take video, you need a camera. However, most of you probably already have a pretty good camera. I use, for the most part, my phone and the camera on my computer screen. I have added to my camera one app, or to my phone, I should say, one app that helps. It's called Proshot. I think it was $5 one time. It's not a monthly thing. And it can make my camera into much more like a digital SLR. You know, a nice camera. I can do a lot of things with the pictures and with the videos with Proshot. It would be good to have a tripod, but it doesn't have to be a really expensive tripod. I, for the most part, use on my desk or kitchen table or wherever I decide to take my videos, just use one of those little flexible tripods that you can get at Amazon for a few bucks, Amazon or Walmart or whatever. I think I paid less than 20 bucks for the one that I use. You need some video editing software. Now, if you have a computer, there's probably video editing software on it. I don't know exactly where Windows stands on that. I know they've been talking for quite a while about changing their video editing software. I used what was on the PC not too long ago, a year ago or so, and it still worked fine, but I know there are changes being made there. I use iMovie on my Mac. It works very well. There is better software out there. May not even be expensive, but it works just fine. You can also get editing software for your phone. In fact, iMovie is on your phone and your other portable devices, if they're iOS. If they're not, I've heard Kinemaster, I'll put a link, Kinemaster is very good. I've put the free version on it. You need to pay a little bit for that one to get rid of the watermark. I played around a little bit with it, but I can't say I have a lot of experience, but it's very highly rated. So that's something you could use. If you find that what you have on your PC, if you can't get to it or can't use it, There is wevideo.com, which I understand works very well. I've seen videos on this. It seems to work just fine, very similar to what I do in iMovie. It does have a little cost, and it's a monthly cost, but it's $10 a month, so it's not terribly expensive. Those things start adding up, I know, so if you can find something that works for free, at least as you get your business started, that would be great, but just an option in case you need a little bit more than that. And then you need some photo editing software. And again, I use something free online, canva.com, and they have apps for your mobile devices as well, canva.com. And what I do mostly for editing pictures is making my thumbnail for my video, because a good custom thumbnail will get more views for your video. So, but you may find other things that you need to edit some photos for your videos, for other things in your business. And then of course you need a YouTube channel. You have to set that up. We're not going to talk about that here, but we will do another video on this YouTube video marketing where we'll probably show how to set that up. But there are lots of places you can get information about setting up a YouTube channel. So if you want to get started, don't wait around for my video. It's coming soon, but you can certainly find information on that. All right, let's move on to the second one in the free category that we're going to talk about, and that's blog marketing. Now, this one is probably the second best for getting your potential customers to know, like, and trust you, because you're writing and they're reading your stuff. They're getting to know you through your writing. And it's also a great long-term asset because those articles will be around as long as you keep them up on your blog. What you need for blog marketing, you need a domain name and hosting. Bluehost is an excellent source for both of those. You can get your domain name there and very inexpensively get your hosting. We're talking about a few dollars to do that. Probably $20 you can have both of those things taken care of for a year or maybe more. Choose carefully because you're kind of stuck with it for a little while. And you don't want to do too many of those. Obviously, that starts to add up. And then your foundation for all of this, you could probably use WordPress. WordPress works very well. I know even some of the fairly high-end companies that help you do a blog, if you want help doing it, use WordPress as the foundation for your blog. And of course, you need to bring your writing skills. You're going to need to write articles. You can have articles written for you. Places like Fiverr.com as the title implies, and probably for $5 you can get an article written for you where you give the keywords that you want them to write an article for, tell them what you want your article on, and you can get that written for you. Probably not the best way to get your potential customers to know, like, and trust you, but you can do that sort of thing. All right, so let's talk about a couple of them in the paid category. The first one we'll talk about is Facebook ads. Now, Facebook advertising is probably not quite as popular right now as it has been, but still huge market. Practically everybody's on Facebook, so a good place to put ads. You do need a Facebook business page, not just your personal page. You probably already have a personal page, but you need a business page to do advertising on. A little easier to change than domain name, but again, choose fairly carefully your names for branding and so on, which is not something you're going to worry about right away, but eventually you want to have a fairly consistent brand, that sort of thing. But, not a hard thing to do. Again, we'll put up a video about this, but there's lots of information on how to set up a business page. And then all you really need to do after that is write some copy for your ad and put your ad up. Quite a few steps to go through in putting that up, but it's not complicated. Need a few instructions. The one thing I can mention as far as ad copy goes, writing good copy is certainly a skill, but many times if you're an affiliate marketer, your business may have some swipe copy that you can use for your ads. And then you can modify that over time, test and so on over time to make it yours as you go, which is important, making it yours and not looking just like everybody else. But it's nice to have something to start with in the first place, at least, when you're not feeling really confident about your writing skills at first. All right, and then let's talk about one more, and that's solo ads. And I'm going to bring up the page of the place that I use for that. It's called udemy.com. This is the sign-in page. Now you do need to sign up. The account is completely free. You don't have to pay anything to sign up. And then once you've signed up, you can put in your name and password here and log in. And that's what your account will look like, except it'll have your name on it and not mine. And you can go up here and find sellers. That's where you actually start. I already have a video on my channel about doing this. We're not going to spend a lot of time, but it's very similar. You write some copy, you buy some clicks from a solo ad provider, and then over a period of time, just a few hours generally, 24, 48 hours, your clicks are delivered, your ads are seen that quickly. Okay? They're seen, and then when they respond, they can go into your funnel and into your email process. Now, both of these paid types of ads that I mentioned here are not getting you people who have any amount of knowledge of you or like and trust of you, so they're not quite as good a leads in that way. But the important thing is, if you pay $1 per lead, let's say for a solo ad, and of those leads that you buy, you make $3 for every dollar you spend on them, or $5 or whatever, you've got something that's profitable, and you can make that work. All right, so that's our introduction to lead generation. Definitely check out my channel. I would suggest subscribing to the channel. You'll know when the other videos come up on these other topics, so that you can have more specifics on generating leads for your new business. Definitely click that first link below and get the 4-day training so that you can get started working with ClickFunnels, and choose a couple of the lead generation strategies that you like, that you think might be of interest to you. Get started with some of those steps, get some of the things you need so that you can get started generating leads for your business. This is Daryl Ballard, and we'll talk soon.